detach from what you're asking for, when you have a detachment from what you're asking for, you're letting it go. I'm not saying that you have to just say, okay, I'm going to ask, believe, and receive, which is what we do always and forever. We're always doing this throughout our day. We're always asking for something from God, from the universe. It's natural. It's our normal habitat. It's a normal habit. So when you can ask and believe to receive, then when you can detach from what you're asking for, and I don't believe that you have to say, okay, I'm going to forget about this forever. I'm just going to ask and I'm just not going to believe it anymore. You have to still believe, and you have to have faith. When you have faith in a mindset that what you've asked for, you believe it, that it's going to happen, and you're going to receive it. But when you can detach from that lack of not having it, because when you ask for something, you ask for what you don't have, right? Think about that for just a second. When you're asking God, the universe, to bring you something or to give you something that you really, really want, you don't have it. So therefore, you're asking for it. And as you're asking and you receive and you believe, good morning, then you're taking that another step. But when you can detach yourself from the lack of not having that, you're going to find that what you want will come more exponentially than it will if you are constantly attached to not having it. When you are attached to the lack of not having what you've asked for, that is a lack that is going to keep growing. And the more you focus on not having something, the more of that lack you're going to get, which is you're never going to get what you're asking for because you're so attached to the lack of not having it. It's a really tricky thing there. But so many people that I talk to every day are getting hung up on the fact that they're saying, okay, I believe in God, I believe in the universe, and I believe that I'm going to get what I asked for. You will. You've asked for it, and God is a loving God. And he always says, yes, yes, yes. God does not know the word no. Therefore, when you are in a state of being attached to what it is you don't have, by asking for more of what you don't have, God says, yes, yes, yes. He's going to give you more of what you don't have because that's what you're focused on. That's what your insight is all about. So keep in mind, this doesn't mean that the universe is going to say, okay, you believe this, you have this, you're going to receive this. You have to be in alignment to what it is you're asking for. The only way, because everything is first created in the non-physical, is first created in the spirit, in the energy. Everything is first created there. Then it comes to the physical, and it comes to us in forms of inspiration, of people putting the opportunity in front of us. For all these different things, it comes to us in those directions. So as you're going through and you're doing this and you're saying, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to detach myself from the lack of not having what you asked for. Like if you ask for money, for example, we're just going to say you ask for $100, right? Okay. You ask for $100. You need $100. You need it by a certain day. As soon as you throw in, I need this, you're all of a sudden right there, you're in lack. You're saying, okay, this is a big, big thing, because lack is a huge ball of energy. So as you're saying, I don't have this, I need this by this day. Throughout history, we've heard different stories of people who said, I need this by this certain time, or I'm going to be bankrupt, or I'm going to be down the hole, or, whatever's going to happen to me. But when you can actually change your focus and change your detachment from what you want and get away from not having it, then you're going to get it to come to you faster. Because the Lord, the universe, does not work on time per man. Man are the ones that, the human man, man, woman, people, are the ones that created time. Think about it. We created the seconds, we created the minutes, we created the hours, we created the days. We created all this stuff to split up a time for us. individual, for us people. And when we did this, this is not God's time. God has no time. God does not follow our minutes and seconds and hours and days. God does not do that. He is all being. He's all impotent. So when you're doing that and you're putting that pressure on yourself, because God doesn't see anything in time like we do. God sees what you want by energy, emotion, your focus. And I don't mean to over focus on anything. I mean to just ask, believe, you have faith that this is happening for you. Be in alignment to what it is you want, which means you're going to have this $100. And it's going to flow to you in ways known and unknown to anyone that it could possibly come to you. So when you do that, and you're in that field, and you're in that field of, this is happening for me, I'm growing, it's prospering, everything is great, I'm so excited, it's going to come. And don't put a time on it. Have faith that it's going to come, and keep detaching from the fact that I don't have this yet. If you are focused on the fact, well, I need this $100, I don't have it, what am I going to do? And you start asking and begging and praying and begging, God does not respond to that energy. God does not respond to you begging. So stop begging. Okay? That's one thing. That's scripture. That's in the Bible. So if you read the Bible, then that's in there. If you read the Quran or whatever you read, whatever your religion is, it's all in different ways, in different shapes. It's in there how God actually responds to us. So, but when you put an I lack, or I don't have, whatever it is, you're putting a lack onto that. And like I said, lack is a huge energy ball that just grows and grows and grows. And the more you focus on not having something or not getting something, the more it's going to keep growing. So detach by faith and belief. And that in divine time, in your alignment to what it is, we use $100 as an example, when I am detached from this $100, in ways known and unknown to me, this $100 will come. Now, I trust in the universe, I trust in God, that all I ask for in His time, not mine, comes to me by divine right. And it is by divine right, because it's by divine right that we get everything we ask for, or everything we do is by divine right. So just repeat this mantra to yourself throughout your days. I mean, you don't even have to be asking for anything to keep this mantra going, because I find it is just so enlightening and so much energy and so much power in this mantra that I trust in the universe, in God. All I ask for is mine. I detach from all resistance. I have no doubt. My faith is strong. I believe. So you're not specifying what you believe. You're not specifying. You're specifying you believe in anything and everything that God stands for, and anything and everything that you're detaching from all of the lack. You're detaching from what you don't have. We ask for God. We ask God for stuff all day, every day. There's not a day that goes by that people don't ask for something. We can say we don't, but we got that little brain, the part of our brain. It could be the ego brain that doesn't really help us, just tries to get in our way a lot. I find my ego is always 2 steps behind what I really want to do. But that's me, and that's what I know about my ego. But copy this mantra, put it up where you can see it throughout your day, every day, and keep believing in what you're doing, and believing that you're detaching from what you don't have. Make your statement to God. Make your statement to the universe. I believe I will receive in divine time, by divine right, all that is mine. It is that easy, and it is that simple when you put it in. Use your own words. You don't have to use my words for this specific mantra. You don't have to use what I say specifically for it to work. This is just something I use to work. And you know what? To be honest with you, it works for me every single day. I'm always asking. We all are. And I'm always receiving. I receive everything I ask for. A lot is in the form of different people, that come to me that have the opportunity that I need to get involved in, that I need to buy or I need to do, or it comes to me in forms of a check that someone paid me for services I had rendered, and so I get a check in the mail, which I call the mail, even if it's in my Dropbox. I get paid for the services I've done. So if I, like for example, I did a whole big coaching thing for like 500 people, and I looked in my mailbox this morning and voila, I had people paying me. The people that didn't pay when they were supposed to actually ended up paying. So there you go. There's always money coming to you if you have faith, if you believe, and you take action. You have to make work for action. If you're not willing to work for what you're asking for, you're not going to get it. It's what you give for what you receive back. So detach from the lack, detach from holding on to something, and detach from never taking action on what it is you want. We're meant to be wealthy, we're meant to be creative, and we're meant to be successful. It's God's will. It is there. You can read the Bible, read the scripture, read the Quran, whatever it is you read, but follow the teachings, follow what God's giving you. Detach from the lack of not having it. And then when you detach from it, you're more likely to get it faster and faster. Like I said, it comes to you in forms and ways, known and unknown, that you didn't even expect. And when you do that, you're going to find that things will be easier and will just come simple and fast for you. It is that simple when you can detach the want from the lack.